What's going on, y'all? This is LO.
And this is Key, and we're low key. So today we're going to talk about rejection and how rejection plays a big part in your life and how to deal with it. One of the ways that you can deal with rejection is by feeling it. Like a lot of people, they look over it. Like when they're rejected, they look over it. They don't deal with it. They don't feel it. But then later on throughout the day, it starts to wear on you and you start to think about it. It causes anxiety, it causes depression, it causes frustration. And a lot of times the reason why it hurts so bad is because of who it's coming from. So we can experience rejection in relationships. We can experience rejection through your everyday life. When you're trying to pursue something and you put your all into it and you just know that that one thing is going to work, you can experience rejection through that. When someone doesn't see it the way that you see it, and it can cause you to become emotionally hurt. And your emotions is supposed to be your guidance system, and that lets you know that something is going on and you need to handle it. So we have come up with some ways that you can deal with rejection and how to identify when you're rejected and what to do afterwards, because it's not the point of trying to prevent it from happening, because it will happen. We as humans have a need to want to be accepted, all the time. That's just our need. Like, we want to be accepted. So,
like, basic human instinct.
Yeah, so we need to know how to deal with when we're not, accepted, what to do. So, babe, what you think? How do you feel about it?
Where strategy is absent, right? Emotion will reign supreme.
Wow.
And I say that because we need to understand every situation before we enter it, and the chance that rejection may or may not occur. Like, we have to strategize for that variable. Like with us building a business, rejection is part of the business. Any business, any endeavor you take on in life. But when you face that endeavor and you got a strategy to conquer that endeavor, you understand that it's there.
Right.
Therefore, you don't take it home with you. You don't dwell on it, But human to human interaction, you will face rejection.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you have to have a strategy going about your day, entering into conversation, so you don't act out an emotion and be defensive. You have to understand that it's there.
Yep.
Rejection happens, and it could be more pronounced if you coming up as a child, and it was hard for you to find acceptance, and you weren't protected.
Big one. That's big, y'all. That's big.
In my childhood, I had cousins and stuff protected.
Yeah.
Whether it's parents, grandma, I didn't have that.
Right.
So you find yourself trying to overcompensate. But I feel like if you can make it through that mentally, it'll turn you into a monster in a positive way. Rejection is what lies in between where you at and where you want to be.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
That's real. And you got sometimes rejection, and like you're saying, rejection, when you master that and you understand that can make you into a real, like a master, like a beast, for real. And you can be very successful with learning how to deal with that, because a lot of people don't know how to deal with that, and it limits them in their thinking. Instead of making a phone call, they don't make the phone call because they're in fear that they're going to be rejected. Instead of going to do the application for whatever it is that you want, the fear of being rejected keeps you from doing it. So it limits your way of thinking instead of going into it with a positive attitude. And if I'm rejected, okay, oh well, there's another one, and I'll do another one, and I'll keep going until I get it. But a clear rejection is better than a fake promise. Like, you don't want
that's real.
Anybody promising you something on false pretenses. Like, it's fake. You rather for somebody to put it up in your face and reject you, bam, right in your face, and you can deal with that better. Like, you just have to learn how to deal with rejection. You got to learn how to understand that everybody is not going to agree with you. Everybody is not going to be nice to you. Everybody is not going to, have your best interests at heart. It's just off of what they feel. You know what I mean? So you have to know, one way you can do that is like surround yourself with positive people, surround yourself with confidants. We did speak on that on a previous video. And your confidants, if you guys don't remember, we're not going to get into it, but if you guys don't remember, confidants is the person that you can share and you can reciprocate time, energy, love, all of that. It goes back and forth on both ends. The person that you live with, as far as like your spouse, like people you can confide in, you want to surround yourself with those people, and you don't necessarily want to look over and turn a deaf ear to rejection either. Like, a lot of people, they'll sweep it under the rug and act like it never happened. Now, you want to feel that, and you want to know what that feels like, and you want to be able to identify if it should happen again. And like my husband said, a lot of times in our childhood, we were presented with rejection, and we didn't know how to deal with it because no one really taught us how to deal with rejection, and we had to protect ourselves, and we had to learn how to do that, at a very young age. And, growing up, like, you've seen that, so you know how to identify it as an adult. But these are things that you want to know. You want to have the tools to be able to move through your life successfully, and especially when you are embarking in on business adventures, you have goals, like, because people are going to reject you. It's just plain, like,
don't happen.
You can't get around it. They are going to reject you for several different reasons. We don't even have to get into that. We just need to know that rejection is there, It's just what you do and how you move through it. Don't let it get you down.
Yeah, you want to use rejection as a tool. Like, in business, we know we getting further in our appropriation of real estate due to the amount of rejection we get. Because diamonds is right around the corner. You want to teach everyone under your tutelage to face rejection head on. Don't shy away from it. You understand it. Like my wife was saying, sit in it, understand what it feels like, and you go through it. Because what's on the other side of that rejection is where you want to be. And a lot of times the person that's rejecting you, they're rejecting you because they've been rejected.
Yeah.
And they shied away. And they weren't able to see what's on the other side of that rejection. So you have to strategize in your everyday life. Surround yourself with confidence. In your household, it should be much more love, no rejection. And if it is rejection, it's just rejecting. Say me and my wife, we building. So we have disagreements, And even at the end of the day, that's not even rejection. We talking about people turning their back on you. Like, up under your house, you want to be in a circle with a building mentality You, your spouse, your kids, whoever you're around, whatever family you decide to associate with, it should all be love. Anything outside of that, it gotta be a strategy involved. Why are we here? Are we here to disagree? Now, if you understand and you there to disagree, then expect a rejection. You know, and your verbal, the way you orate, you know, will be more flexible and conducive to the situation because you expecting it.
Expecting it, exactly.
You know, so you ain't stuttering and stammering, steam coming out the back of your head. Because when you don't respond well to rejection, you know, and most people is just yapping.
Yeah.
They not trying to go on a physical level. But if you let them talk you down, then you lost.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep, that's absolutely true.
So what can they do, babe?
Of course you need to feel what it feels like. Surround yourself with positive people. That's the second one. And I think practicing self-care is a good thing. You know, you got to know yourself.
Yeah, we are definitely going to talk about that on the next video tomorrow, because that's a major one. You know? You got something else, babe?
That's it.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to see y'all on the next one. This Low.
This is Key.
It's low key.
Yes.
Like, comment,
and subscribe.
All right.
Peace.